Hey guys, Buff Elgato here. I want to show you how to get the hunting request. Now there are spoilers in this game. The first spoiler is who I'm using, so if you have not beaten this game, just be warned that I am using a different character than who you start out with. Also, after I show you where each animal is located very quickly, I will show you the ending, what happens after you get the hunting request. So here's the hunting request. If you have a question mark here, like if you don't know what this is, what's going to happen is you can get hunting request at a certain post office. They will have, there's like 5 post offices that'll have a paper on the inside asking you for a hunting request. One is the Valentine post office, one's Strawberry, one's the Rhodes, one's Saint Denis or Saint Denis, and the other one is Van Horn Trading Outpost post office. The piece of paper, let me see if I still have it. It's going to have a little animal on it. Let me see if I still have the paper. I might still have the paper. I'm just going to go through here just real quick. It should have like a little bird on it. Okay, I don't have it anymore since I finished it. But it's the piece of paper will be in here in your documents, and it'll have like a little bird image on it. And that way, if you know if you've already picked it up or not. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the map, and I'm going to show you what animals. Now, when you view these animals to shoot them, if you study them, it's going to say use, some of them will say use a bow and arrow with small game arrows. You can if you want. I have gone through with the varmint rifle and used a varmint rifle for every single one of these animals and gotten perfects. Now I've gotten, don't get me wrong, I've gotten 2 stars, but that's only because every animal you find isn't going to be a 3-star. Also, I have used the buck trinket. You need to kill the legendary buck and go to the fence and get the buck trinket. That will help you out tremendously, because that'll make some of your kills 1-star better. I also have the pronghorn trinket, which I made a video on that if you want to kill the pronghorn. What that does is no animals on the back of your horse will ever decay. Now, birds and small rodents, you don't have to worry about that. You put it in your satchel, it's good forever. But there is a beaver on here you have to kill, and that beaver does have to hang on your horse. Do not skin the beaver. They need the whole beaver. All of these animals, you need the whole animal. But, yeah, so let's get right to it. Like I said, I used a varmint rifle. To me, it did the same exact thing as the bow, and what it did was it shoots faster than the bow. Some animals I shot with the bow, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Now, there is a glitch. Not saying to do a glitch. There is a glitch that'll mess you up on this hunting request. You have to be careful of this. Make sure you save often. As you can see, when I go to save game, I have a ton of saves. You need to save very often. Every time you kill an animal, you need to save. Now here's the glitch. If you have, let's say you find out that or not even find out, let's just say you have a perfect animal in your pouch that is not part of the hunting request that you're doing right now. So let's say you have to hunt a robin and a cardinal, but in your pouch you have a perfect blue jay. You need to sell those perfect animals, and make sure you don't accidentally sell the animals you need. You need to go to the trapper, because he'll take them and he'll make clothes for you. Go and sell any animal that you have that is not on your hunting request, because if you have a, let's say, perfect blue jay, like I said, and you go and you get the perfect animals you're looking for, when you mail those in, because when you get all animals on the list, and you have to do this like 5 or 6 times, when you mail it in at the post office, the next request is going to glitch. Sometimes you won't even get it. Sometimes the wrong animals will be checkmarked, or you kill the animal and it won't checkmark. You need to have all animals off of you when you're doing this. Do not turn this in if you have another animal in your pouch or on your horse. Trust me, it messed up on me and I had to go back on my old save. So, all right, let's go to the map. Now that you know that, remember, sell everything, right? Okay, on your map, the first hunting request is going to be a squirrel and an adult rabbit. Now, adult rabbits and squirrels are all over this map. You can find them anywhere. But where I usually go is way up here. There's a little shack, and there's squirrels and rabbits everywhere. You can see there's a lot of squirrels right here. This is the shack I usually go to. You see there's squirrels here. Near this shack, there's squirrels running through the yard all the time. So that's where I usually go to. As you can see, there's squirrels just everywhere. But right over here south of Annisburg, and also a little bit north of Annisburg, this is where I go to get my squirrels. Also, rabbits can be seen up here, but most of the rabbits that I run across, they're usually right in here in the heartlands. I'll take these little pathways right through here. There's another squirrel emblem. But right in here, I usually get a lot of rabbits. Here's a little rabbit icon over here, and also near Flat Neck Station. That's where they mostly are, is right around in this area, Flat Neck Station. Like I said, a lot of these you'll zoom in on, you'll study, and it'll say shoot with a bow and arrow, small game arrows. I found no difference between it and the varmint rifle. I used a varmint rifle for everything I had. And of course, you're going to get some 2 stars, maybe a 1 star. But if you had the buck trinket, even if you see a 2 star and you shoot the animal, the buck trinket has a chance of making it a 3 star. So shoot everything you see, but I used a varmint rifle. It's a lot quicker than the bow and arrow anyway. Now, on hunting request number 2, you need a cardinal, a rat, and a woodpecker. So for the cardinal, most of the birds, almost every single bird in all of these hunting requests, I go on the Dakota River right here. My favorite spot is right here where the little pathway goes across. I'll get on my horse and I'll sit right here, and there's some rocks out here in the river, and they're basically spawn points for birds. The birds will come in and they'll land on certain rocks. They'll sit there for a little while, they'll fly off, different birds come in, they land on the rocks. So if you learn which rocks they land on, you can sit there and get almost every single bird in all of these hunting request challenges. But this is where I got the the cardinal, and I also got the woodpecker here. I found a bunch of woodpeckers over here. If you just go down the road to the trapper, right in here, there's some trees, but right here is kind of like a field, and it's open, and you can see all the birds flying up that you flush out. I got quite a bit of woodpeckers in here. Now for the rat, what I do is I go to Elysian Pool, go through the waterfall, and they're inside the caves in here. You can go in and shoot a bunch of rats in here and get 3 stars. So they'll always be in here, rats and bats, and we'll get to the bat section a little bit later. Now, on hunting request number 3, you need a chipmunk, an oriole, a robin, and possum. So the chipmunks, where I got them at is Annisburg, right in here. I just kept doing a little loop around through here, and I saw quite a few chipmunks, very, very small rodents in the game, and that's where I got a bunch of chipmunks in there. Orioles, same thing, Dakota. But since I'm up here, I'm going to show you another bird spot. Right here, this is a moose spawn, by the way. Right here, this little plant is, I'll park my horse right here and I'll sit on him. Same thing, all across this bank over here, and also in the river itself, there's bird spawns. There's a bald eagle spawn right here. But anyway, there's a bunch of bird spawns right here. I got a bunch of birds here as well. So if you can't find them on the Dakota River, go here. But for that oriole, yeah, same place. Go to Dakota. The next thing is the robin. Same exact thing. I go here. I find plenty of robins. Now the possum's going to be over in the swamps. Where I go to is I go down this little road right here by the little little bait shop, and I find possums in the mud. They'll see you and they'll fall over. They'll play possum, and it's easy to kill them. You just go up, and if you get too close, they'll wake up and run off. I just shoot them. Get kind of close, shoot them in the head. But the possums are going to be out here. They usually hang out around the mud, things like that. Now, hunting request number 4, you need a songbird, sparrow, toad, bullfrog, and skunk. And all these have to be perfect, of course. Now, let's start with the songbird and sparrow. Songbird and sparrow, same thing. Dakota River. This is where I found mine. I'm just telling you where I found mine. Dakota River, songbird, and sparrow. If you sit here for a while, daytime only, by the way. Nighttime, you can't see anything out, and birds barely spawn. So daytime, if you cannot find them, if you get tired, I usually go from here all the way up to the falls, and I'll come back down. If you cannot find any of the birds you need, and you're getting bored with the location, try something new, come up here to my second area. Look at all these birds. This is another place to go. Now the toad, this is the spot, my bird spot. Remember when I said I sat right here where this bush is? A toad will spawn, if you're looking across the water, a toad will spawn to your left, like right here. I killed a perfect toad, rode off, came back later to get a bird, and there was another toad that spawned right here. So this is a good spot to get a toad. Now the bullfrog is going to spawn way down south, right here on this point. So if you just kind of get off this pathway across the railroad tracks, just kind of park your horse here, right down here on this tip, on this little peninsula, this is where the bullfrogs are at. I go down here and there's tons of them, and that's where I got mine. Now for the skunk, I went up north. There's actually 2 places you can go to, and I'll show you both. Right here is where I got my skunk, to the left of the O on Roanoke Ridge. Just go down this road right here. You'll see a bunch of skunks, and that's where I got one. I'll also get a bunch of skunks crossing this river right here to Shallow Park, going to Beecher's Hope. They'll be right here on this side of the river. Whenever you cross, they'll all be running from you. Oh, and by the way, you can't pluck or skin any of these. They all have to be in perfect full condition. So the skunk, if you do not have the pronghorn trinket, do the skunk last. Because what happens is it hangs from your horse and it will decay. Anything in your satchel won't, but this will. So it has to hang from your horse. The pronghorn trinket keeps animals from decaying. So if you have that, I made a video for it. If you want to go get that first, I highly recommend it. And that trinket keeps all animals from decaying. And that way, if you happen to come across a skunk, you can go ahead and kill it, hang it from your horse, and you don't have to worry about it decaying. It'll always stay perfect. Now, hunting request number 5 is a Cedar Waxwing, bat, blue jay, crow, and beaver. So, same thing, Cedar Waxwing along in here up to Cumberland Falls. I also went to Flat Neck Station, and when I was passing through right through here, a group of about 5 or 6 waxwings flew up. I shot every one of them with the varmint rifle and got some more perfect waxwings. The bat is going to be inside the Elysian pool. When I came up here and went through the waterfall, I guess a bat, I don't know if it's always there or if it flew into a rock. As soon as I went through the waterfall, there was a perfect bat laying on the rock. I just picked him up and I came back out. I was done. If that does not spawn for you, if that was just luck for me, go on back through the waterfall into the cave, and there's tons of bats in there. Blue jay, 2 places, my spot right here, and also the Dakota River. There's tons of blue jays all around over here. Crows look a lot like ravens. Just listen for them. They have a particular sound. I got mine out in the heartlands. When you ride your horse through here, they're always up here flying around. There's no trees out here really, so they're very easy to see, and that's where I got a perfect crow. Now the beaver's going to hang on your horse as well, so either do it last or go get the pronghorn. But the beaver is right here. It's going to be where the legendary beaver is. So if you come down this pathway and just come off to the side, there's a little bank right here. Just get off your horse if you want. On this side of the river, there is a lot of trees that's been chewed down. You can see that a beaver has chewed them down. There's a dam right along in here. Beavers are going to be all through here. I usually see about, sometimes 1, but there's been quite a few times where I'll see 2 or 3 beavers in here. Go ahead and shoot them all. Just see what you get, especially if you have the buck trinket, which makes them better. Try to get a level 3. If you don't get a level 3, just leave the area, come back, they'll respawn. Once you mail that in, you will get a letter from Mrs. Hobbes. She's the one that posted these hunting requests. She will tell you that you are invited to her house. Now remember, I thought I'd be smart, and I saw that like I'd be on hunting request number 1, and I would see that like hunting request number 2 required a certain bird. So during hunting request number 1, I would get that bird and I say, hey, I want to hang on to it for hunting request number 2, so I don't have to rehunt it. Doesn't work like that. There's a major glitch, like I said earlier. If you have any kind of animal, especially an animal that's in future hunting request, if you hold on to it and you mail these hunting requests in, the next one you will not get it. I did not get it, and I had to redo an old save. So please do not hold on to animals thinking that you can use them later in these hunting requests. You have to sell everything except for what's due now currently. Those you keep and those you mail in. Hope that makes sense. Now, back to what I was saying. Mrs. Hobbes will send you a letter saying, thank you for sending me all the animals. And she sends you money. Every time you turn in one of these hunting requests, she sends you money. And after 24 hours, she sends you the next hunting request note telling you what she needs. So now after you've done these 5, she's going to say, come to her house. Now her house is out here northeast of Strawberry. It's going to be the taxidermist house. Now when you come out here, I went up this pathway and I was beating on this door forever. nothing happened. You got to go around on this side. I guess is the back door. You got to go around this side for the cinematic to start up. You'll knock on the door. She'll come to that door. She'll let you in. You look around. Little trailer happens, and she gives you a squirrel statue as a reward. So it doesn't tell you what you need to do with this squirrel statue. So what you need to do is, once you get the squirrel statue, you're going to go down to your house and put it on your fireplace. Once you put it up above your fireplace, that's when you get the 100%. Now, we're far from being over in this mission, but you do get the 100%. Now, what happens? And I want to show you part of it right here real quick. So when you come in, this is the squirrel statue. See it above the fireplace in front of the picture? Kind of looks like Arthur or John, kind of dressed up. Little hat and vest and a gun. You're going to put it up there, and Abigail absolutely hates this thing. She'll see it, and she says, "What is that?" And you're going to say, "Well, it's art." And she says, "Oh, is that what they call it?" You put it up there. Now, this is what happens. After 24 hours, whenever you leave the ranch, when you come back, it'll be gone. Abigail will steal it. She'll take it and hide it because she hates it. She will hide it from you 6 different times. The first 5, they're on your property. They're somewhere here on your land. The 6th place is pretty far away, and I'll show you each place. Now, the first one, and you have to leave the property. So when you leave and come back, it'll be gone. She won't say anything else about it. You can't talk to her about it. So the very first spot is going to be in your chest. When you come back and it's missing, it's going to be in John's chest right here. You take it, you go, you put it back above the fireplace. You put it back up there. Quickest way to do this is, once you put it back up there, go and sleep for 24 hours. So sleep, you have to do it twice. So sleep for 24 hours. If you sleep too much, sometimes they'll tell you can't sleep this much. So you have to run around, go do some hunting. You can come back, you can sleep, you can camp, whatever. But anyway, after 24 hours, when you come back, and if you're sleeping in your bedroom after 24 hours, you have to leave your property. Just ride your horse outside the gate. That gives her enough time to hide it. You come back, it'll be gone. And I'm going to go ahead and show you some footage of where the next 5 locations are. Now, the second time it's stolen, when you leave and come back, and like I said, all you have to do is just leave the property, come back. See, it's not up on the shelf. What you're going to do is you're going to go back into your bedroom and you're going to search your chimney. And Abigail has hidden it up in here. And you're just going to take it, same exact thing. You're just going to go back, put it up on the mantle in front of the painting, and then you're just going to go back to bed, and if the game will let you, try to sleep as much as you can. But you need to come back in 24 hours, leave the property, and it'll be missing again. And that'll lead us into the 3rd time it's stolen. So we're coming in. This is the 3rd time it's been stolen, or hidden, rather, whatever you want to call it. You're going to go into the kitchen. You're going to climb up this little ladder that leads up into the attic, and there's a chest on the right. I'm just going to go over here, and it's inside the chest. And this is upstairs through the kitchen. There's a little pantry way with a ladder that goes up into the attic. So the next time, the 4th time it's stolen, So come in, it's stolen. What we're going to do, we're going to go back out, and we're going to go, you can either jump the fence here on the right, is by the sheep, or you can just go through the barn, whichever. I probably took the long way, I'm sure I did. But anyway, I'm going to show you exactly where it's at. So you're going to go through here, and if you can get around these damn sheep, it's in the wheelbarrow right here. So you can pick that up. So Abigail's just hiding this damn thing all over the place. She can't stand it. She's going out of her way. So now it's the 5th time it's been taken. So you're going to go out, and this is going to be the last time on the property that it'll be hidden. She really goes out of her way the 6th and final time. So you're going to run into the barn, and you are going to go up the ladder, and there's a chest right in front of the ladder. You're going to open that chest, and that's where it's going to be at the 5th time. Remember, each time you have to wait 24 hours, leave the property, come back, and that'll give her time to hide it. Now the 6th time is crazy. So she's already taken it 5 times. This is the 6th time she's taken it. All 5 times has been on property. Now this is nuts. It will not tell you where it's at. So I'm going to tell you where it's at. She went all the way northeast of Strawberry. Or north of Strawberry, rather, I guess. To Mount Sean. And she is putting it on the peak up here. I'm going to go ahead and jump to... She really hates this thing. So just out of spite, we're going to go get this damn thing. We earned it. So I'm going to start out in Strawberry. I'll show you the exact way to get through. So I'm going through. This is north, heading north of Strawberry. There's a little path right here. It's a fairly decent path, and then it turns into like hardly anything. You can't hardly see that there's a path even here. But I'm going to show you exactly where to get this statue. And Abigail went out of her way to do this. I've never liked Abigail. But Abigail has really gone out of her way to do this. Make sure you got some winter clothes. It's going to be cold up here. So we earned this damn thing. All those hunting requests, hunting woodpeckers and crap. We're going to get our damn statue. So you're going to go all the way up here. Winding trail. Just follow the pathway I'm taking. I'll show you again on the map exactly where it's at. And we're real close. As soon as you hit snow, you're real close. So we're really close here. And we just got to get up to the peak. My horse will ever go. And we're right here at the end. You can see the X on the map. So we're just going to go right up here. Get our horse in a nice flat little area. Safe area, and jump off of him. It's probably good right here. So we're just going to jump off. And it's going to be right over where I marked it. Yeah, he's scared. He's scared of heights. So we're just going to run up here. This is taking a long time to find. So I can't imagine people out there just searching all over the map for this damn statue without going online looking to see where it's at. But here it is, way up here on the peak. Abigail has gone out of her damn way to be annoying once again. So we're just going to get the statue, and we're going to go back, put it on her mantle, and she went so far out of her way to hide it up here that now it's permanent. It'll stay on your fireplace. She will not get it down again. This is exactly where I'm at. So she will not hide it again. Now it's yours. It'll forever be on your fireplace mantle. And that is the end of the hunting request. Guys, I hope this really helped you. If it did, please hit like. Throw me some comments what you'd like to see next. And if this helped you, please share, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
girl. Let's go.